Shabbat Shalom, family. Glory and honor to the Father Yahweh, our Creator, the Creator of heaven and earth, seeing all that in them is, the one to whom the heavens declare his glory and the firmament shows his handiwork, the one who created Israel, the one who is the Father of the Messiah, Yahweh Shah, who is our high priest and the atonement for our sins, who sits at the right hand of the Father as our righteousness. Glory and honor to Father Yahweh, and glory and honor to Messiah Yahweh Shah. Greetings to the 12 tribes of the awakening Hebrews who are now returning to Father Yahweh. Greetings also to the 144,000, the forerunners of the return of the Messiah and the establishment of the Messianic kingdom is just a couple of years. Greetings to the Gentiles who have received the truth of the true Hebrews of the Bible and of the Hebrew Messiah, line of the tribe of Judah, and have received his faith, which is the Father's righteousness. Greetings to you. Greetings also to the chat. Yafi, Oba.And, Psalm 119, Gary Joseph, my brother Mark, Sister Blue, Sister Love Blue, Brother Lonnie, Brother Superstar, Stephen Kelly, EE, Brother Baldy Thorpe, Ricky Boyd, Sister Wade. Greetings to all of you. We are going to be studying the second part of Revelation chapter 19, which is the return of Messiah to take his kingdom, which is the earth. The first part showed the wedding. And this is the thing. We're going to be looking at multiple witnesses for this event. And the thing about, as we all know now, most of us that have been in these studies, and those of you, praise the Most High, that are reading your Bible actually, you know that there's a principle that if you're going to have a concrete foundation of any Bible doctrine, you must have 2 or 3 Hebrew prophets as your witnesses. 2 or 3 witnesses. The Bible says in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let every word be established. And that's true, obviously. But aside from having 2 or 3 witnesses to establish the doctrine, the 2 or 3 witnesses also give you different angles of the same event. And you will see, as we look at the different witnesses to the return of the Messiah, not one witness gives the whole picture. They all give a angle of the picture, and some give you different or more information than others. And when you look at all of the witnesses together, you get a total picture of what's happening. So that when you look at one witness, you're not going to get the total picture unless you get 2 or 3, or in our case tonight, there'll be multiple more than 2 or 3. There's going to be at least 4 or 5 witnesses to the return of Messiah and the establishment of the Messianic kingdom. Let's first start in the book of Jude, which Jude is the small little book that's right next to Revelation. It's right next to Revelation. It's the book, the last book before you get to the book of Revelation. And it talks about, in Jude, the prophecy of the return of Messiah from Enoch. I want you to notice what Enoch said. This is interesting because this word from Enoch obviously came before the flood, because Enoch was before the flood. So this is the word of the prophecies of the Messiah's coming. In fact, he hadn't even come the first time when Enoch did this prophecy, but he was prophesying about it, as you will see when we read here. Enoch, this is from Jude chapter 14. Jude chapter 1, only one chapter in Jude, I'm sorry. Jude verse 14 and 15. This is Jude verse 14 and verse 15. Notice what Enoch says about the event we're reading tonight in Revelation chapter 19. It says, and Enoch also, the 7th from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, behold, Yahweh cometh with 10,000s of his saints to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. So he talks about the Messiah coming with 10,000s of his saints. Okay, saints coming with him. Okay, and we're going to see that in Revelation 19. But let's look at another witness, the second one, with respect to this same event. Again, Zechariah chapter 14. Zechariah chapter 14. Zechariah is before Haggai and after Zephaniah. Zechariah chapter 14. Let's see. All right. I'm going to begin at verse 1 and go from verse 1 down to verse 7. So we're talking now the same event. First was Jude, where Enoch gave us the testimony. And now the Hebrew prophet Zechariah gives us a second witness of the same event. This is Zechariah chapter 14 from verse 1 going down to verse 7. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished, and half the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. So that's talking about the destruction of Jerusalem and, of course, our captivity. Then it skips right down to the return of Messiah in verse 3. Then shall Yahweh go forth and fight against those nations as when he fought in the day of battle. And his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east. And the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof toward the east and toward the west. And there shall be a very great valley. And half of the mountain shall remove toward the north, and half of it toward the south. And ye shall flee to the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach unto Azal, and ye shall flee like as ye fled from before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah. And Yahweh, my Most High, shall come, and all the saints with thee. Again, he says he's coming with all his saints. That includes us. Okay. Then verse 6. And it shall come to pass in that day that the light shall not be clear nor dark, but it shall be one day which shall be known to Yahweh, not day nor night, but it shall come to pass that at evening time it shall be light. Okay, so again, it's giving us more information about the return of Messiah. Is going to be bright. It's going to be, even though it's nighttime, it's still going to be like it's daytime, and all the saints are coming with him, and he's going to land on the Mount of Olives. Okay, again, we did not get that from Jude, but what we did get from Jude is that he's bringing judgment, and he's bringing the saints with him. See, so you got now another picture of the same event, this time a little bit more detail to the same event, a little bit more detail to the same event. Okay, let's continue to read Zechariah here. Let's go from verse 8. And it shall be in that day that living waters shall go from Jerusalem, half of them toward the former sea, and half of them toward the hinder sea. In summer and in winter shall it be. And Yahweh shall be king over all the earth. In that day there shall be one Yahweh, and his name one. All the land shall be turned as the plain of Geba to Remnant, south of Jerusalem, and it shall be lifted up and inhabited in her place. And Benjamin's gate unto the place of the first gate, unto the corner gate, and from the tower of Hananel unto the king's wine presses. And men shall dwell in it, and there shall be no more utter destruction, but Jerusalem shall be safely inhabited. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from Yahweh shall be among them. And they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall be rise up against the hand of his neighbor. We saw that at the end of Revelation 17, actually, when it says, these shall hate the whore and burn her flesh. Remember that? This is the same event here. And Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and apparel in great abundance. And so shall be the plague of the horse, of the mule, of the camel, of the ass, of all the beasts that shall be in these tents as this plague. And it shall come to pass that every one that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, Yahweh of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. Again, we already read this in the book of Revelation. The ingathering mentioned in chapter 14. The palm branches mentioned in chapter 7 give us an indication of the Feast of Tabernacles. And we're looking for that feast fulfillment in the return of Messiah. And of course, here, Zechariah 14 is talking about the return, and again is mentioning the Feast of Tabernacles. See, so that's the ingathering of all the harvest of the people for Yahweh. All the inhabitants of the planet that are going to be in his kingdom are gathered together in the Feast of Tabernacles, as we saw. Okay, so now we have two witnesses, or is that three witnesses? No, we have two witnesses, not including Revelation itself, which is another witness, but we have two witnesses talking about the same event, the return of the Messiah to take his kingdom. Okay, so far, everybody with us? Now, I want you to please pay attention to these verses because they're going to help you understand what's happening and to be able to show others when it's your turn to teach, to be able to show other people the same thing you are learning. Okay, all right. Let's go to Obadiah. Obadiah. All right, Obadiah. Let's see. Obadiah is another prophet, Hebrew prophet, with just one chapter. Okay, Obadiah just has one chapter. And so let's look at Obadiah from verse 15. From verse 15, and let's go from Obadiah from verse 15. How far should I go? I'm going to go from verse 15 down to verse 18 because we got a lot of witnesses to cover. So Obadiah from verse 15 to verse 18. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Again, remember we read that. Revelation chapter 13. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints. That's Revelation chapter 13, I believe is verse 11. So it says here, for the day of Yahweh is near upon all heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mount, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. They shall drink, they shall swallow down. And it says, he that, what does it say in Revelation 14? If whoever man, you're going to drink of the wine of the wrath of Yah. Whoever worships the beast or his image or receives the mark in the right hand or on the forehead, you shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yah. And here it says, they shall drink. See, they shall drink. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. They shall not exist. That cease to exist. That is the opposite of the Father. Isn't that right? So the Father says, I exist. And those of us that with the Father will continue with him to exist forever. But those that are not going to be saved in the kingdom will cease to exist. Okay, they'll cease to exist. Verse 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken. See, again, we know, again, the Bible told us Messiah going to stain his garments with the Edomites, okay, with the Amalekites that are now in the wrong place. And then it's not only going to be the wrong place, but it's going to be at the wrong time, right? Wrong place, wrong time. Too bad for them, right? So there you go. All right. What else we got? Let's see. Okay. Amos. See, Each one of these prophets is giving us a little bit different picture, right? So you got the picture of them being as though they had not been. You got the picture of them being burned up from within, from while they're standing on their feet, right? You got the picture of the Most High returning with all the saints. You got the picture of Jerusalem. That would be New Jerusalem, as we're going to find out, where it's never going to be dark. You got the picture of the Feast of Tabernacles at the time this happens. Okay, so far we got all of that. That was I didn't even count them too. We got Jude, we got Zechariah, right? And then we got Obadiah, right? So we got three, and there's more. I'm just sharing with you some of them because now you can not only have more than three witnesses, but you can have a very fuller picture of what this whole situation is going to be, okay? And this is the thing about prophecy for the saints. For us, the Most High warns us in advance what's coming. And not only that, he shows us exactly what's going to happen. So right now, my wife and I were talking tonight. This right now, with the current presidency, can we clearly see the USA speaking like a dragon? Can we clearly see the lamb-like beast speaking like a dragon right now? Can we see that? I mean, it's right here, right? That's Revelation 13 right there, right? Are they clearly causing the earth to do what they want to do? Well, we know right now. This is where we are. Right now, the 144,000, we're not on Mount Zion with the lamb yet. We're not, but we are being prepared to be able to be without fault before the throne, right? This is right here in front of us. We know exactly where we are. We're now in the sixth church, the sixth seal, the sixth trumpet. That's where we are right now. Okay, it's like right in front of us. Everything is right there. We know where we are. Okay, and now we're looking at the return of Messiah. Okay, here we go. So now this is Amos chapter 9. This is Amos chapter 9. Let me see. I'm going to begin. Oh man. Yeah, I'm going to begin at verse 5. Amos chapter 9. I'm going to begin at verse 5. And I'm going to go down to verse 15. Again, this is Jude, Zechariah. This is our fourth witness. This is not even including Revelation 19 itself. This is our fourth witness about the same event. And we could go more, but I'm gonna give you like 5, okay? So that we have a good full, and there's more than that, honestly. There's more than that. But I'm gonna give you all like 5, okay? And we'll continue to put this together. We praise the Most High for his word, because his word shows us everything. The word, look, we know what the book of Revelation says in verse 1, that the revelation is not for everybody. It's for his saints. And in fact, we know from Amos, right? Notice again, Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Most High Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. He is not revealing this secret to everybody. He's revealing his secret to the servants. That's why, how do you become a servant? How do you become a servant? You are a servant because you are repentant. You are repentant and you're claiming the Father as your God, the creator. And you're saying you want his righteousness to live in you. That's what you want. Because you want to be reflective of your daddy. You want everybody to see your daddy in you. The Bible says that the Messiah is the firstborn among many brethren. That's Romans chapter 8. He's the firstborn among many brethren. That means he's the first of many people that are like him. Praise the Most High. So you want the Father. That's what makes you his servant, because when you're surrendered to your creator and you want his spirit living in you, it quite frankly, honestly, quite plainly follows that you will do what he commands you to do. Does that make sense, y'all? You will do what he commands you to do because you want to be one with him. You want your spirit to be with his spirit, to be with the Messiah's spirit. You want to be one. That was the Messiah's desired prayer to the Father in John chapter 17. So that's what makes you a saint. That's what makes you a servant, because you're prepared to do what he asks you to do, no matter what it is. Again, it comes down to this very simple phrase that the Messiah gave us, not my will. Nevertheless, Father, I don't want to do this. That's what he said. He said, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. That's always our prayer. That's always our desire. And we are learning to receive that. It's not something you can expect to read. You might say, like Peter. Peter said, what did Peter say? He said, you're going to deny me tonight 3 times. And Peter said, man, look, man, I would never deny you. I'll die with you, man. Peter meant what he said. But the Messiah said, before the night's over, you're going to deny that you even know me 3 times. Peter was very upset about that. But that's exactly what happened. And when it came to pass, as the Messiah said, he went out, wept bitterly. And guess what? That's when he was converted. You know why? Because he realized, I can't make bold statements, man. I got to trust the Messiah's word. I got to trust what he's telling me. I got to believe what he's doing, what he's telling me. Okay? That's how he had to learn. That's how he had to learn. Well, you know, all of us stiff-necked Hebrews that we be. So we got to learn. So the Father put the strict, you know, he got the switch in one hand and he got the love in the other hand, the loving touch in the other hand. So he got to deal with us like that because we just be the stiffest neck people on the planet. You know, we just are. That's just how it is. But his grace is more powerful than all of our stiff necks, isn't it? Praise the Most High Yah. So we will become children of his grace and we'll become children of obedience because of his spirit. That's what makes us his servants. Praise the Most High. His servants are always loving what he loves. He wants righteousness and truth. That's what we want. Praise the Most High. Amos chapter 9, beginning at verse 5. And the Most High Yahweh of hosts is he that toucheth the land, and it shall melt. And all that dwell therein shall mourn. And it shall rise up wholly like a flood, and shall be drowned by the flood of Egypt. It is he that buildeth his stories in the heaven, and hath founded his truth in the earth. He that calleth for the waters of the sea, and poureth them out upon the face of the earth. Yahweh is his name. Are ye not as children of Ethiopians unto me? If you want to know what we look like, look what he said. Are ye not as the children of the Ethiopians unto me? You stiff-necked Hebrew. O children of Israel, saith Yahweh, have not I brought up Israel out of the land of Egypt, and Philistines from Caphtor, and the Syrians from Ker? Behold, the eyes of Yahweh, of the Most High Yahweh, are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by a sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and all the heathen which are called by my name, saith Yahweh, that doeth this. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that soweth seed. And the mountain shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith the Most High Yahweh. See, brethren, that's what the Feast of Tabernacles is about. We are no longer wanderers upon the earth. Right now, all the Hebrews are wanderers upon the earth because none of us are really home in any nation, especially those of us that are here in the United States, or if you're in any European nation like Britain, you ain't home. You ain't home. And even if you take up like some of them people that went out there to Pomona, They still ain't home because the Amalekites are there. The Amalekites own that land. So we ain't home, which is why it's appropriate that the Messiah return for the Feast of Tabernacles, because at that point, we'll be home and we'll never have to wander again. Praise the Most High. We'll have our own land, our own spot, and nobody's ever going to take it from us. Praise the Most High. Okay, that was our fourth witness. Let's go now. Let me see there. Let's see there. Oh, Ezekiel chapter 38. We got to do that one. Ezekiel chapter 38. Yes, stiff neck makes a very soft behind. Actually, Ezekiel 39, my bad. 38 is for later, like the second resurrection. 39 is the first resurrection. One of them situations where it doesn't follow an exact order. In fact, it's opposite. So here, Ezekiel chapter 39. Let's make this our fifth witness. This will be our final one because we still got Revelation, which is the sixth witness. Thinking maybe we should get the perfect number. I don't know. But anyway, we got Revelation coming, but already we did Jude, Zechariah, Obadiah, Hosea. We doing it, bro. And now Ezekiel, that's number 5. And then we still got, you want to do the 7? Okay. Praise the Most High. And then we still got 6 for Revelation 19 itself. So we need a 7th one after this. Okay, we get a 7th one after this. Okay, so Ezekiel chapter 39. Ezekiel 39, we got to go through this. This is going to give us, oh, Joe, Brother Mark. That's it, man. That's it. That's it. That's it. We could go Brother Joel and we'll be done with that. We could go Brother Joel right there. We'll be done with it. Okay. I like that, Brother Mark. I like that. See, I told you about that, brother. I told you about him. I told you. All right. Let's do it now. Ezekiel chapter 39, I'm going to begin at verse 1. Therefore, thou son of man, prophecy against God, and say, thus saith the Most High Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Now, again, in case you didn't know, maybe you're new to this Bible study. Maybe you're new to this channel in terms of our Bible studies. But let me just show you something or tell you something. I'm not going to go there. Matter of fact, let me let the Bible students that's in the room tell you. Yo, where in the Bible does it tell you? Listen to my question carefully, brothers and sisters, or family. I want you to tell the people, where in the Bible does it tell you who Gog and Magog and Tubal are? Where in the Bible? Can you tell me where? Can you give me the place in the Bible that it tells you who Gog, Meshach, Tubal, who are these people? What? Genesis chapter 10. There you go. Y'all hear out there? Genesis chapter 10, verses 1 through 5. Genesis chapter 10, verses 1 through 5 tell you who these people are and where they come from. All right, let's follow that up and give you the second one. Well, what's the man who is the progenitor of the children of Gog and Meshach and Tubal? Japhet, the third son of Noah. Genesis chapter 10, verses 1 through 5. Japhet. Now, when you go to look up these names, when you look up Yavan and you look up Meshach and you look up Tubal, where are these places at? What area of the world? Is it in Asia? Is it in Africa? Where are these places? Who are these people that Japhet fathered? Where do they come from on the planet? Where are they from, y'all? Can you please tell me? Is it from Asia? Is it from Africa? Where are they from? They from the Europeans, right? They're European. Am I correct? Tell me, Bible student, are they Europeans? Are they all European? Yes. The children of Japhet are Europeans. See, that is why, brethren, it is incorrect to say that all of the so-called white people are Edomites. Some Hebrews are teaching that. That's not true. The majority of the so-called white people are Europeans. A segment of them who are on the land are Edomites. And even more specific to Edom, within Edom, they are Amalekites. Remember, we studied that. They're Amalekites, a combination of the children of Hor, the Orites, who are the children of Mount Seir, with Edom, Edom's firstborn son, concubine, right? Who they together produced Amalek. And Amalekites are the ones that's over there right now. So in terms of Edom, you just have the ones that say they are Jews. That's the Edomites. But that's a subset of the overall who is the children of Yefet. That makes sense, y'all? Everybody got that? They cousins. That's right. That's your bloodline cousin, Brother Mark. But now you are cousin. That's your bloodline cousin, Brother Mark. But now you down with us. Yeah, you like Kumo D, you down with us. You like Eric B and Rakim, you down with us. You like Flavor Flav, you down with us. There you go. There you go. Okay. So now we know who these people are that are going to come against the Most High Yah. Who is the leaders of these people? Okay, let's go. Verse 2. And I will turn thee back and leave but the sixth part of thee, and will cause thee to come up from the north. See, from the north, that's where Europe is, from the north part, and will bring thee upon the mountains of Israel. Now, look. He's now giving us some new information. Is he going to destroy all of the children of Yefet? No, he's not. How much? What did he say? I'm going to leave a sixth part of you. I'm going to leave a sixth part of you. Okay? Now, look. We've seen different aspects of the children of Yefet in the kingdom. Different aspects. They're going to be children of Yefet that are going to be our servants and handmaids. Bible says that in Isaiah chapter 14. There's also be a segment of the children of Yefet that's going to be able to stay on the land with us and have children and families. There's going to be a segment of the children of Yefet that are going to be rulers because they're going to come to Jerusalem as kings and bring gifts. So you can't categorize all the children of Yefet as one. You understand? Just like you can't categorize all the Hebrews as one. I was just telling my boss the other day. I said, I believe that all of the Messiah's disciples and the Messiah was black. And he said, really? I said, yeah. And I said, you got to remember, though, Judas was black, too. Right? So you can't categorize all of us as being the same. Some of us are Judas. Some of us are Sanhedrin. Some of us are actually disciples. You understand? Same thing. You can't categorize all the children of Yefet as the same. Some of them are going to be lost. 5, 6 of them. Matter of fact, according to what we just read, some of them are going to be servants and handmaids and vine dressers. Some of them are going to be kings. Some of them are going to be inhabitants of the land with us. Now, I don't judge who's going to be what, but our Heavenly Father knows. But he's just telling us. See, he's just telling us. Not all of them are going to be lost. 5, 6 of them are going to be lost. And not all of them are going to be servants. And not all of them are going to be kings. But you're going to have a little segment of each. Everybody in this proper place. Praise the Most High. Praise the Most High. All right. Verse 3. And I will smite thy bow out of thy left hand and cause thy arrows to fall out of thy right hand. So let me ask you all a question. Do the children of Yefet put all their trust in their weapons? Do they like to do that? Do they like to put all their trust in their weapons, man? They like to do that, don't they? They like to know they rule because they got the powerful weapons. Well, the Most High said your weapons ain't gonna help you. Your weapons ain't gonna help you. They're not gonna help you. They're not gonna help you. Praise the Most High. The gunpowder, it ain't gonna do you no good. Okay, verse 4. Thou shalt fall upon the mountains of Israel, thou and all thy bands, and the people that is with thee. And I will give thee unto the ravenous birds of every sort, and to the beasts of the field to be devoured. So they're going to be like food for buzzards, food for birds of prey. They're going to lay on the field like food, and they're going to eat them. We're going to see that in Revelation 19 too. Also, Thou shalt fall upon the open field, for I have spoken it, said the Most High Yahweh. And I will send a fire on Magog, and among them that dwell carelessly in the isles. They shall know that I am Yahweh. So will I make my holy name known in the midst of my people Israel, and I will not let them pollute my holy name anymore. And the heathen shall know that I am Yahweh, the Holy One in Israel. Praise the Most High. Behold, it is come and it is done, saith the Most High Yahweh. This is the day whereof I have spoken. And they that dwell in the cities of Israel shall go forth and set on fire and burn the weapons, both the shields and the bucklers, the bows and the arrows and the hand staves, the spears, and they shall burn them with fire 7 years. And they shall take no wood out of the field, neither cut down any out of the forest, for they shall burn the weapons with fire, and they shall spoil those that spoiled them, and rob those that robbed them, saith the Most High Yahweh. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will give unto Gog a place there of graves in Israel, the valley of the passengers on the east of the sea. It shall stop the noses of the passengers, and they shall bury Gog and all his multitude, and they shall call it the valley of Hamon-Gog, also known as Armageddon. And 7 months shall the house of Israel be burying them, that they may cleanse the land. Yea, all the people of the land shall bury them, and it shall be to them a renown that the day that I shall be glorified, saith the Most High Yahweh. And they shall sever out men of continual employment, passing through the land to bury with the passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth, to cleanse it. After the end of 7 months shall they search. And the passengers that pass through the land, when they seeth a man's bone, then shall he set up a sign by it till the barriers have buried it in the valley of Hamon-Gog. And also the name of the city shall be Hamona. Thus shall they cleanse the land. And thou, son of man, thus saith the Most High Yahweh, speak unto every feathered fowl, every beast of the field, assemble yourselves and come, gather yourselves on every side to my sacrifice. That I do sacrifice for you, even a great sacrifice upon the mountains of Israel, that ye may eat flesh and drink blood. Ye shall eat the flesh of the mighty and drink the blood of the princes of the earth, of rams, of lambs, of goats, of bullocks, all of them falling fatlings of Bashan. And ye shall eat fat till ye be full, and drink blood till ye be drunken of my sacrifice, which I have sacrificed for you. Thus ye shall be filled at my table with horses and chariots, with mighty men, and with all the men of war, said the Most High Yahweh. And I will set my glory among the heathen, and all the heathen shall see my judgment that I have executed in my hand, that I have laid upon them. So the house of Israel shall know that I am Yahweh, their Most High, from that day and forward. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. According to their uncleanness, according to their transgressions, have I done unto them, and hid my face from them. Therefore, thus saith the Most High Yahweh, now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob, and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name. After that, they have borne their shame and all their trespasses whereby they have trespassed against me, when they dwell safely in their land, and none shall make them afraid. When I have brought them again from the people, and gathered them out of all their enemies' lands, and am sanctified in them in the sight of many nations, and they shall know that I am Yahweh their Most High, which has caused them to be led into captivity among the heathen, but I have gathered them into their own land, and have left none of them any more there. Neither will I hide my face any more from them, for I have poured out my spirit upon the house of Israel, saith the Most High Yahweh. See, now you're getting the whole picture, right? Getting the whole big picture. All right, let's go to Joel, and let's look again. Joel chapter 3. Joel chapter 3. Let's start at verse Let's start at verse 9. Joel chapter 3, beginning at verse 9, and read down to verse 21. This is our sixth witness. In Revelation itself, when we get to Revelation chapter 19, that's going to be our seventh witness. And Revelation 19 is going to say a lot of the same things that these other six witnesses have said. But see, you get a whole total picture of what's going to happen. Very shortly, it's going to happen. Okay, Joel chapter 3, beginning at verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. All right, wait. So there's a couple of calls made, right? Like we read Revelation 18. That's a call. That's a call for the saints. That's a call to the saints to come out from among the heathen, right? Revelation 18. Come out from among them, my people, right? Now you got a call. He said, proclaim this among the Gentiles. So this is the warning that Israel will give to the Gentiles. Okay, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Oh, they want civil war, do they? Tell them to get ready. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen. Gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, otherwise known as Armageddon. And for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle for the harvest. Again, Feast of Tabernacle language. For the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The vats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Yahweh also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But Yahweh will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. So shall ye know that I am Yahweh your Most High, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountain shall drop down new wine. We just read it's going to drop down sweet wine, didn't we? In Hosea. So here it says the mountain shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and the fountain shall come forth of the house of Yahweh, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for Yahweh dwelleth in Zion. Again, we have seen now 6 witnesses, and most of them mention the children of Israel. Did you notice that? They all mention the children of Israel. They all mention the kingdom. They mention Zion. They mention the Most High. They're telling you what's happening. See? So when you get, the thing is, but most people don't understand, because Christians reading the book of Revelation don't understand what they're reading. But when you're looking at the book of Revelation, the whole book is about the children of Israel. That's what it's about. The star of the book is the Messiah, but the Messiah's people are the children of Israel. Okay, and so when you read all these other witnesses about the same event, it says it plainly, doesn't it? So when you go to Revelation, it mentions the children of Israel in chapter 7 specifically, right? But the whole book is about the children of Israel. So now that we go to Revelation 19, right, and we're looking at the Messiah returning with all the saints, which is us, right? We know he's coming with the children of Israel. Okay, I mean, right? See, if you just read Revelation as a Christian, you would never get that. You would never get that. But we read now 6 witnesses. 6. And we got more. We read 6 witnesses. We could go to Jeremiah. We can go to Daniel. There's more witnesses, brethren. There's more witnesses. We went to these witnesses: Zechariah, Obadiah, Joel, Ezekiel, I forgot what else we did. What else we did? Ezekiel, Joe, Jude. We went to all these witnesses, and they talked about the children of Israel. Okay, they talked about the children of Israel. At least 5 of them did. Praise the Most High. At least 5 of them did. So now you go to Revelation, and we already know. I mean, we already know when we're on our way, we're taking our trip to Revelation 19. We already know the subject matter is Messiah as the king and Israel as his people. We already know that. Messiah as the king and Israel as his people. See? Now, and how do we know that? Am I guessing about that? Or did we just read it in Amos? Did we just read it in Zechariah? Did we just read it in Job? Did we just read it in Ezekiel? Didn't we read it in all those places? Did we just read it in Obadiah? We read it. All of those places. All of those mention the children of Israel. Same event. Okay? Praise the Most High. So it's not like when I go to Revelation 19, I'm saying, well, I'm guessing this is the children of Israel. No. We already got 6 witnesses. 5 of them that mention us by name. By name. In fact, did not we read Revelation 14? The book where the chapter starts out with, and I saw a lamb, and he stood on where? Mount Zion. Is not Mount Zion Israel? And he stood on where? Mount Zion. And with him, the 144,000, having the Father's name in there. Isn't that what it said? That's what it said. And don't loose the winds until we have sealed the servants, 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes of Israel. The whole book is about Israel. Not only that, when we get to Revelation chapter 21, what you going to see? You're going to see the New Jerusalem, and you're going to see the names of Jacob's 12 sons on the gates. The names of Jacob's 12 sons. And the apostles of the Lamb, all Hebrew Israelites. The whole thing is about the deliverance of the Hebrews. The whole thing, brother. Okay? So here in Revelation 19, after we done seen all of them witnesses, we're getting ready to see Revelation 19. Okay, so Revelation 19, we don't. Now check it out. When we started Revelation 19, we saw first the wedding, didn't we? We saw the wedding first. So we saw the wedding. So apparently, when we are on the Sea of Glass, we've also seen 3 angles of that. When we were on the Sea of Glass, we saw the numberless multitude with palm branches in their hands, indicating the Feast of Tabernacles. We also saw in the midst of them the 144,000 with harps in their hands singing the song of Moses and the Lamb. We saw that. And then when we got to Revelation 19, we saw the bride dressed in white, that it was granted her. For the white linen is the righteousness of saints. That's the 144,000. So we've seen it. Okay, we've seen it all. Now, once we get done with our celebration, we'll have a little party. I think I'm not exaggerating if I say, when you find yourself standing on the Sea of Glass and you're around all the saints and you can see the throne of the Father and you can see the Lamb, are you not going to be happy? Are you not going to be very, very, very happy? You're going to not only be happy, you're going to be in a body that will never get old. Think of your most physically gifted year. Like with me, I think I was about 19 or 20. I think I was at my peak then. From there, it's been downhill. But imagine being 19 in your body forever. Never losing energy. Never getting old. Never getting gray. Only growing forever. Imagine that. So you're going to be happy. You're going to have energy that you've never experienced before. You're going to be lit up. And it ain't going to be from no weed either. You're going to be lit, and then you're going to be on the secret. So you're going to be real happy. So now we need that week, for us to just enjoy and just relish the fact that we made it. Can you imagine we made it, man? So now, once that is done, got some business to take care of. That's where we're at right now. Got some business to take care of. Revelation chapter 19, beginning at verse 11. And try to remember all of the scriptures we just read, because they're all here. Everything is here. Revelation 19, beginning at verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. Again, you remember he said, proclaim among the heathen, get ready for war. Didn't he say that? We just saw that in Joel. He said, proclaim ye among the heathen, get ready for war. Get your mighty ones, get ready. Get your weapons, get ready. See, in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed in a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of Yahweh. Just 1 second now. Why would his vesture be dipped in blood, y'all? Tell me, Bible students, why is his vesture dipped in blood? What caused that? What was the cause that his white garment had blood in it? That's right. He treaded the winepress. That's right. He treaded the winepress in Revelation chapter 14. Not only that, remember he said in Isaiah 63, I tread the winepress alone, and I stained all my garments. How is that? Because when the New Jerusalem comes down in the spot where people are that shouldn't be there, there's going to be some problems, some bloody problems, if I may say. So that's right. So you see, he's going to bring the New Jerusalem on the spot where they ain't got no business being, which we already read. The Mount of Olives is going to split into a valley. And there's people there right now. And they're going to still be there, but they're going to have a problem. And that's why he comes, when he gets on his horse to come out of the city to do business, it's going to be dipped in blood. Yeah. Praise the Most High. All right. So now, verse 14. And the armies which are in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Yah. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls, did we read this before? To all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great Most High, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. We just read that in Ezekiel chapter 39. And I think we read it somewhere else too. I think it was also Joel. I think we read it in a couple of places, didn't we? So he said the birds going to eat their flesh. Okay. Verse 19. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. So you see, you already now know who the beast is. You already now know who, what did he say? The beast and the kings of the earth, who the kings of the earth are. You see them all the time. They're in the news, they're in the media, you see them. And a lot of them are going to be alive, because we're only talking about 7+ years. They're going to be there. And they're going to try to gather an army together with Asatan, who we saw, the Bible showed us. I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. There's your 666 again. Okay. The beast being Rome. Okay. The dragon being the devil trying to impersonate the Messiah and them believing him. And the false prophet is Christianity. There you go. And right now, people are listening to all these false prophecies. They're listening to the voice of the spirit of the enemy. They're listening to all of these people right now. And we are listening to the Heavenly Father. It's happening right in front of us. See? So they're going to try to gather their armies together, their UN-based forces, to come against us. They're going to have a problem. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. And the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. If you remember, we read Oba, and it said they're going to be as though they're going to drink and swallow down and be as though they had not been. And then we also read in Zechariah, their holes shall consume away in their eyes. It said their face, the tongue shall consume away in their mouth. That's the sword of him that sitteth. You see, with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth. All you got to do is speak the word. That's why Messiah is called the Word made flesh. He's the Father's Word made flesh. All he got to do is say it, and it's done. That's all he got to do. The sword proceeded out of his mouth, his word. Done. And they done. Praise the Most High. They done. Well, praise the Most High. Wait, we should go into chapter 20 because we're not really finished. Chapter 20, the first verse, is still a part of chapter 19. They put the word chapter 20 in there, but really the first verse and the second verse are part of chapter 19. We ain't finished yet. So let's go chapter 20, verse 1 and 2. Actually, 1, 2, and 3. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. After that, he must be loosed a little season. So he's going to be in a pit. The pit is another word for what, you Bible students, as we go into Isaiah chapter 14. What is the pit, brethren? What is the pit? The Bible talks about it a lot, especially David. He talks about it a lot. What is the pit? Isaiah 14 going to tell you. But what I'm going to say, ask you, what is the pit? What is the pit? What is it? Thank you, Brother Mark. It is the grave. Pit is the grave. So in other words, Satan is going to be dead for 1,000 years. Then he'll be brought back after the end of the 1,000 years, which we're going to read about tomorrow by the grace of the Father. But let's let the Bible tell us that. This is Isaiah chapter 14. Isaiah chapter 14. I'm going to begin at verse 12. Isaiah 14. We're going to begin at verse 12 and go down from verse 12 down to verse 20. Isaiah 14 from 12 to 20. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yah. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. For thou art cast out of thy grave, like an abominable branch, as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden underfoot. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. There you go. So the pit is the grave. He's going to be in a grave for 1,000 years. Then he'll be loose out of it at the end of the 1,000 years. And we're going to see what happens with that tomorrow. But he'll be loosed out of it at the end of the 1,000 years. So we'll be on the earth. The earth will be renewed, replenished. It'll be reconstituted, regenerated, the restitution of all things for 1,000 years. Praise the Most High. Now, we're going to see some interesting things when we get to the next part of this. We'll do that by the grace of the Father tomorrow. Meantime, may the Most High bless you and keep you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. And may he lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Shalom, and enjoy the rest and peace that come with Shabbat.